Okie doke. So, today we are going to add and multiply unit fractions to build fractions greater than 1 using visual models. So, to you should see it as we're going to do something that we are familiar with. And that's a good deal. So we're going to take something like this. 6 times 2. Not too bad, not too bad. We're going to show this as an addition sentence, showing 6 groups of 2. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 2 plus 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I have 2. I have 2 6 times. Good. So we just skip count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So you might have known that right off the bat. Using a number line, we started with nothing. Then we went off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I can squeak out of that, 15. Okay. And then we counted by groups of 2. So we started with nothing and went 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jumps. So we had a group of 2 6 times. Now we can do the same thing with fractions. We can take something that looks like this. 6 times 1/2. We can make a number line. And this time, we are going to start at 0 and end at 14. And instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I guess we can't. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need to partition this in half because we are counting by halves. We need to do 1/2 6 times. Here we have 1/2, 2 halves, 3 halves, 4 halves, 5 halves, 6 halves. So we went 1/2, whoops, talking and trying to write different things at the same time. We did 1/2 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we landed on 3. Now a way to show this as an addition sentence, 6 times 1/2. We could do 1/2 6 times, just like we did with those 2's. 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would give us, we have a like denominator, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 6 halves. Good. Or we can look at this as 1 whole pieces. So let's draw out 1 half plus 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 1 half. Ask yourself, how many halves make 1 whole? 2 halves make 1 whole. So I start here, 1 half plus 1 half. There's 1 whole piece. 1 half plus 1 half. There's 1 whole piece. 1 half plus 1 half. There's 1 whole piece. So I have 3 groups of 2 halves. So I have 3 groups there. And right in between I have 2 halves, 2 halves, and 2 halves. So my question to you is this. Is 6 times 1 half equal to 3 times 2 halves? So if we were to look at this through just multiplication, just what we know about our basic facts, we would see that this is the familiar part that I was talking about. If you take a whole number times a fraction, your whole number times the numerator, and you keep your denominator the same. Is that sounding familiar to you? So if we just look at 6 times 1 half, we take the whole number times the numerator, and that equals 6. 6 times 1, and we keep our denominator the same, 6 halves. Good. Now over here we have our whole number times a fraction. Take your whole number times your numerator. 3 times 2 equals 6. And keep your denominator the same. So 6 times 1 half, is it greater than, less than, or equal to 3 times 2 halves? Here we show that they are equivalent. We're going to do one more. We're going to do 10 times, whoa, 10 times 1/5. And we are going to show that on a number line. I'm going to make this number line from 0 to 3. We need to partition each whole into fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to go 1/5 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we land directly on 2. Now we could also show this as a multiplication sentence. 10 times 1/5 equals, take the whole number times the numerator, and that equals 10. 10 times 1, and you keep your denominator the same. Good, so right here we have 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5, 6/5, 7/5, 8/5, 9/5, 10/5. Is that where we landed? And is that what we got when we multiplied? That's good. Now, when we show it like this, we see an improper fraction, and we need to change that to either a mixed number or just a whole number. And we're going to do that through the use of a number bond. 10/5. So we could go about it like 9/5 plus 1/5. Or when you see an improper fraction, what do you do immediately? You partition into one whole, 5/5. Now you ask yourself, 5 plus what equals 10? 5 plus, oh, what in the world did I do? 5/5. Okay. So now you ask yourself, how many one whole pieces do I have? One whole is when the numerator and the denominator are the same. So we have 5/5 right here and 5/5 right here. So we have two one whole pieces. Is that where we landed when we went with our number line? We had one whole piece, two whole pieces. So 10 times 1/5 is 2. Or you could also write it as 5/5 2 times. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/5 once, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/5 twice. Now, 5/5 times 2, if you'll notice, is 5/5 equals 1 times 2. All right? So using that number line to see a few different ways on how to multiply a whole number times a fraction, or just using the multiplication sentence technique to find an improper fraction, then using your number bond to find your whole number. Now, if we were to do one more, let's just go just one more. 9 times 1/4. Let's draw out a number line. Again, let's try it from 0 to 3. And we need to partition this number line into fourths. If you watch my videos, you know that every now and then I have a problem with partitioning into fourths. But not this time. Got it on the first try. All right. So we need 1/4 9 times. So we're going to start at 0. And we're going to take 1/4 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we land right there. If we were to show this as an addition sentence, we would see 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. So we have 9 or 1/4 9 times. Or we have a common denominator of 4. We have 1 plus 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 1 is 9/4. All right. Not too bad. But if we were to do the same thing, 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 1/4. We ask ourselves how many fourths are in one whole. We'd know that 4/4 equal one whole. So we have one, start here, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one whole. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's one whole. We have one whole plus one whole plus 1/4. We know that 1 plus 1 is 2, and we have an additional 1/4. Now, if we were going to show this in a multiplication sentence, 9 times 1/4, we would do whole number times your numerator. 9 times 1 equals 9, and your denominator is 4, so we have 9/4. We make a number bond for 9/4. We first partition into one whole, or 4/4. Now we have 5/4 left, because 4 plus 5 equals 9. However, that also means that we have a second one whole that we could partition into. 4 plus 4 equals 8, and we need an additional 1/4. So here we need to find our one whole pieces. How many one whole pieces are in 9/4? We have one right there. We have one right there. And we have an additional 1/4. So we have 2 one whole pieces and an additional 1/4. So, not too bad. Things that should be fairly familiar to you. This number bond. Now we are going into multiple one whole pieces, which is good.